Yo, welcome to the Daily Dose. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe and rock with us today. We're doing something different today. We're talking about them thrones. Woo! Game of Thrones. Yeah. We are a couple days away from the series finale. It's been what? How many seasons? Eight seasons. Technically 9 years because of that long ass break. So I want to go off the bat and I want to talk about what everyone was talking about. Vinny, we'll start with you. All okay. Right. Last episode, Daenerys went batshit crazy. Did you see that coming? Did you expect that?
I think they kind of set it up because you were kind of getting in her head a little bit. She was like, had that little crazy twitch. Yeah. Like her pops, like the Mad King got that crazy twitch. So you knew like she was kind of like, yo, I ain't fucking around. Like I'm going to handle my shit. But it kind of was crazy to see it all unfold still. Because that's what's great about Game of Thrones. Like you don't know which direction it's going to go. But then when she actually went through with it, I was like, whoa, this bitch is crazy.
Anybody caught off guard by it? Like, you had no idea this was coming?
I was caught off guard by it, bro. It was insane. Once you see, like, I was cool with it. You hear the bell rings. I was like, oh, cool. Mm-hmm. Everyone's safe. And then she looks to the Red Keep, and that look in her eye, like that, like just everything just dropped. I was like, oh, man, this isn't going to be good.
It's a wrap.
Yo, man. She didn't need to do that to him, though. Yeah. She just kept going and going and going.
Hey, what would Cersei do, though? That's the thing. It's like,
I don't know.
Like, you kind of have to, the Lannisters don't play around. And I feel like, that's another thing, man. Cersei's death. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a sec. We'll get to that in a sec. Do you think, Becca, this was like, you think they rushed like her turning evil, like her turning into the Mad Queen? Because we only really got to see it like this last season, like this new season we're on.
I mean, I do feel like it was a little rushed because like all of a sudden like she's like super evil and it's like the second to last episode, so you're like, what the fuck, And then, but it's like, honestly, I feel like she felt like she had to do what she had to do. And it's like everybody's been advising her to do otherwise, but she's like, nah, I'm going to take the balls in my court. I'm going to take full advantage of this. These people don't even like me anyway, so it's like, why not kill them all? But it's like, damn.
Like, I thought she was going to catch a body, but she caught bodies. And, I guess what is it? The Targaryen motto is fire and blood.
Yeah.
Right? And I mean, I guess we should have seen this coming. She killed a bunch of slave masters at one point, and people tried to rebel against her. She killed them too. Yeah. And don't forget, she killed the Tullys. Remember that loot train last season when she had a choice?
Yeah.
She had something to bend the knee or else. Yeah. She did light their ass up on fire.
Yeah, Sam's pops was in there, right?
And his brother.
R.I.P.
And his brother.
Dang. And I know Sam.
When the dope shot for me when she came with her dragon from the sun where they couldn't really see her, and I was like, oh shit, it's on. And then she just killed that whole fleet. Yeah. The Iron Fleet was like, that was dope. That got me hyped. But then it took a turn. It was like, wow, she ain't stopping.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Euron looked like a bitch, man. Like didn't
Twice though. He looked like a bitch when the Iron Fleet was wiped out, and then again with Jaime. I'm like, chill out, dog. Like, you don't even have to die right now. Like, why?
Well, no, but last, I think it was the last episode, one of the dragons got by Euron.
Yeah.
Like, was that kind of like, okay, so all it took was coming in direction of the sun and flying low?
Yeah, it was kind of strange, right? I felt like it was kind of strange how in that one they took out with 3 of those arrows.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she figured out how to just handle that situation with one dragon.
Remember, they got to wrap it up. We only got 2 episodes. That was the second to the last episode, so they gotta keep it moving. You know what I mean? So
we gonna move on to Cersei's death. Julie, I'm gonna start with you, bro. Cersei's death. She died in the arms of her dude on some Romeo and Juliet shit. Was that?
Yeah, but it was the most anticlimactic death for her. Cersei, I was expecting this grand death, and I guess they really got us. So man, it was just rocks. Bye. It's come on.
But I still feel like she got what she wanted, because it's she ended up in the arms of her man, and at the end of the day, that
brother.
was
her brother.
Spoiler alert for everyone.
Oh, sorry, her brother. Yeah,
her brother.
Yep.
Yeah, but legit that her still achieving some sort of happiness at the end, and it's just like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to see the bitch bleeding.
See, that's
death.
what I think.
Like-
I think that's why they want she went out like that, because Cersei always got under everybody's skin. It's like, oh man, that bitch only got killed by the rocks. She still got away, even in death. She still won. You know what I mean?
Do you remember when Joffrey died? Everyone was happy about it. Like, oh, he had like the worst death ever. So that's what I was expecting. I was like, another Lannister gonna die. Like, ah. Yeah.
Although it was symbolic that she did get crushed by the castle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the whole castle, the whole thing fell on her.
See, I didn't think about that. I tried to call hip hop on some other shit.
The Hound should have wiped her out.
Yeah.
Like, he should have been like,
we moving out? Let's talk about Clegane Bowl.
Wait up.
Are we waiting up?
No, we're not. I think we got our piece off on that. But the Hound versus the Mount.
Clegane Bowl.
Yeah.
How the fuck did it take him so long to kill his homie, his brother?
Yeah.
And then the Ice King just one little bat, and then the Ice King was done.
Yeah.
Yo, like the Mountain did not want to die.
Yeah.
And I was like, for me, I thought that in the episode where the White Walkers and everybody were, the war.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna take everything.
Just one little dagger.
Just one little Arya stab. That's all good. But then the Mountain
The Mountain had a dagger through the eye, bro.
Damn, that motherfucker did not want to die.
It was funny, low key though, when the Mountain got his helmet taken off, he kind of looked like Varys. Like he kind of looked like me. If you really think about it, I was like, oh shit.
Hey, you guessing yourself up, bro. You ain't that
I know. But yeah, hey, shout out to was it Clyburn? What's the name of the guy who does all the magical shit for Cersei? Clyburn. He got killed with just one little whack whack.
It was a handshake. Yeah. He got a stiff arm.
4 seasons of this motherfucker being diabolical. All it took was one fucking Heisman move, and it's a wrap. But did Clegane Bowl, did it live up to the hype like that? George, what do you think like that? The Mountain and the Hound, was that fight what it was worth?
Yeah, I thought it was great. It was like the Hound was fighting his brother, and he was the only one that he was the only one that could do it, and it was symbolic for me that he ended up dying by fire too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Plus it was I feel like it was so beautifully shot, because while he was taking blows from his brother, Arya was taking blows from like the buildings and shit. Remember when she was going around, and it was just their like father-daughter relationship was just so beautifully just I don't know, the cinematography in that.
It mirrored each other. You know how they mirrored. It was symbolic for sure.
All right, so we're talking about Arya. You mentioned Arya. And Arya escaped all the craziness. She made it out of that whole attack, and now she not yet. She's still in the mix. She rode off on a white horse. Right. By the way, have you seen what people dub like Old Town Road? Yeah. So when she gets on the road, like that shit is classic as fuck. But where does this end? We have the series finale on Sunday. A lot of people are saying Arya is going to catch another body. I'm going to start off with this side of the room first. Where do you think it ends on Sunday?
Well, I mean, for all my COGs out there, children of God, you'll know the symbolic of Arya riding off on the pale horse. It's in the book of Revelations. Mm-hmm. Oh. And it says that, behold, the pale horse, and the name that sat upon him was death, and hell followed with him. So I think that she.
Damn.
Thank you.
Hey.
Yeah, that's right. It ain't all just
about my biblical.
It ain't all about apples, baby. Let's go. It ain't all about apples and sinning. No, and then I think Arya's gonna be the one end the war. She's gonna kill Daenerys Targaryen.
Okay.
Because of everything that she saw.
And who sits on the throne then? I'll say that. Okay. All right, cool. All right, how does it end?
Well, I'm just curious to see, because I don't know if she's going to do it wearing her face. Like, she has yet to bring out another face, and I think she needs to bring back the little no one. I don't know who no one she's going to be, but I'm curious to see what face she puts on.
So Arya kills Dany, or at least Arya wears a face on Sunday?
I think she's going to, you know what? That's a good question, because I feel like Arya's definitely going to kill Dany, because she didn't leave the like Little Red Keep area with like Jon Snow. You know, like, you know how he left with all the soldiers and stuff. Yeah. She experienced everything that all the city experienced, but she just didn't die. Right. So she's gonna be like, this bitch is evil. I gotta freaking tell Jon.
She was in the trenches.
Yes. Yeah. So I definitely feel like she's gonna kill Dany or try.
Man, it's so. There's so many ways they can go. That's what's so great about this. This is what I love, how it's ending. And I know it got a lot of flack how the season started off slow, but I feel like it's all coming to the perfect, ending. My deal is like, what's up with Sansa? Like, you know what I mean?
Is
like,
she gonna
she's
make
in
an appearance?
Winterfell. Like, I feel like maybe by some chance it might be like they all get together.
They march
Jon
down.
Snow, Arya, and I don't know, maybe they surrounding Dany, and maybe it's kind of like a family bonding moment.
Stark gang.
Where it's the Starks gang, and they go down, like they take her down.
So Starks take on Dany. That's your prediction. That's a solid one.
Maybe.
I don't know because I feel like Sansa's just chilling in Winterfell still. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She might be coming through, and maybe I don't know. But also too is gosh dang it, the names are excuse us.
It's all good.
The names little dude.
Tyrion.
I don't know, man. Tyrion might be an X factor in this too. Like his little ass might push. Like, he's like come up behind her,
ankle.
Like,
I don't fucking stab her in the calf.
Like slice her Achilles or something.
At the end of the show, you see him walking through the rubble, and he has that look like, damn, Varys was right.
Yeah.
Like Varys up in heaven, like. Told you.
I ain't gonna be here too long. George, prediction. How does Sunday end, man?
Honestly, it could be that the Starks take over. You know what I mean? I think that they're gonna end up fighting with her because I mean already she was a little bit clashing like
with Sansa.
Your true origins, and then you have the right to the throne, and of course the sisters don't like her. You know what I'm saying? Remember that scene where they were like, yeah, but we're your family.
Yeah.
So it could
don't forget that.
Yeah, so it could be that they end up going to blows, and I think maybe Tyrion does take a larger step. I really do.
Can I propose a conspiracy theory? Because I was, I do a little conspiracy theory research, and I know for real, right? In the beginning, like where they played like the dun 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 little theme music, yes.
I always fast forward that part.
Yeah,
you shouldn't.
You shouldn't because
little keys.
Yeah.
Yes, and there's a little scene that shows 4 dragons, and some people say it's Dany and like her 3 children, but there's still 4 dragons. And I was reading a conspiracy theory that there's like a dragon under Dragonstone that has been dormant. But I don't know.
I ain't ready for that.
I don't know.
I need to see that on the sequel.
Hey, we need a season 9 of this, all that, bro. We need a season 9.
And Jon Snow, get up on that bitch, man, with your Targaryen ass.
There you go, Targaryen.
So my prediction, before we say who's going to be on the throne, is my prediction is I think that she will use Drogon on Jon. But since Jon is Targaryen, Jon won't burn.
Ooh.
And Jon will walk out of the fire, and everybody's like, oh, shit. Yeah, she will be like, oh, so he doesn't die, like from White Walkers, and I'm his aunt, and I banged that, and he just walked out of some fire. Like, all that's going to happen.
And he got 9 lives.
And he got 9 lives.
I can see that.
That's my prediction. Yeah, because mine, I in the beginning before that, I said that that Arya was going to wear Dany's face. So I'll throw that in the little sprinkle in that. Somehow, some way, that Arya will wear Dany's face because she killed her. But who knows? But I'm sticking with the Jon getting burned or not getting burned. So who, real quick, because we're going to revisit this on Monday, who sits on the Iron Throne?
Jon Snow.
Who's ready? Who sits on the Iron Throne?
I think Jon Snow.
George?
I'm going to throw a wild card in and say it's Tyrion.
Okay.
Ooh.
Man, I want to say Jon Snow, but he don't want that. You know what I mean? So he doesn't want it. So I'm going to say... I would love to see a Stark take on the throne. So I'm gonna say Sansa.
Okay.
Damn. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, I ain't gonna lie. My heart wants Tyrion to do it. Then I said Sansa because I feel like Jon, Daenerys, and Arya are gonna die, and Sansa will be left.
Dang.
We'll find out.
Huh?
Bran.
Oh, Bran.
Bro,
Yo, man, nah.
He's like, I didn't even hear shit like.
Bran sleeps somewhere.
Bran, like,
Okay.
what y'all talk about?
If you guys are saying Jon doesn't want it, Brad's been not wanting
Bran's
shit.
like the puppet master in the
Nah,
background.
but Sansa, we all know that Sansa wanted to rule. She wanted to be a lady.
She's
so,
always wanted to
so
be
that,
queen.
damn it, Vin. Same mindset.
We'll find out.
Let us know down below. How do you think it will end, or who will sit on the Iron Throne? We're gonna revisit on Monday, see how horrible we did.
We are gonna do horrible.
No, yeah.
With no doubt.
I've never predicted a single thing in 8 seasons. I've never predicted anything right.
Yeah. So let us know down below. This is your Daily Dose, Them Thrones edition, man. Crowd 106 Daily Dose.
Hey.